Good afternoon and thanks for tuning in. I'm Jurnee Taylor. Well, we made it past Monday, so let's keep things rolling. We're going to head straight over to meteorologist Nathan Scott, and it is a nice day out. Nathan, I'm excited actually to get off of this shift and get outside. Tell us more.
Good afternoon, Jurnee. Nice is an understatement because it is gorgeous out there all across central Arkansas. Terrific weather on our Tuesday. We got temperatures already have warmed up into the mid 60s, and it's only noon. 65 right now in the capital city of Little Rock, 66 in Hot Springs, 62 in Searcy, 64 in Camden, wall-to-wall sunshine all across the natural state. This is about 7 to as much as 16 degrees warmer than just 24 hours ago. And we have a little bit of a wind out there, but it's still very pleasant anywhere you are watching us from. Today, highs will climb up into the upper 60s to lower 70s. A great day to enjoy the outdoors. Wednesday will still be on the warm side for this time of year. However, we're going to see more clouds enter the picture. I'll let you know when those clouds could produce the chance of showers and storms for the rest of the work week coming up.
Well, election season is in full swing and early voting polls are now open for the March primaries. There's going to be a lot of decision making on this year's ballot. Voters will be able to select a presidential nominee as well as decide on important local races and judicial elections. Now, to ensure you're making the right choice, you'll need to be aware of what's being asked at voting locations.
The other thing that they need to know is that when they are asked which ballot they want to vote, that's what they're being asked. They're not being asked, are they Republican or are they Democrat?
Early voting is happening now up until Tuesday, March 5th. And if you're voting absentee, you'll need to have your ballot requested no later than February 27th. Now, with the voting process now underway, organizations like the Jacksonville NAACP is pushing for a good turnout. The nonprofit wants to do their part by helping community members get more engaged with elections. This means getting to know what candidates they'll vote for, the type of language that's on the ballots, and of course, the importance of what it means to vote.
Voting or not voting is a disservice to the sacrifice that's been made for us to vote. You have to look at Medgar Evers. You have to look at Rosa Parks. You have to look at Daisy Bates. And you have to ask yourself, are you honoring their sacrifice?
Ford adds that while the organization works with members of every race, they specifically want to zone in on those underserved communities. Now, for anyone looking for quick access to all things elections related, THV has you covered. Just pull out your phone and text the number there on your screen. You want to text VOTE, V-O-T-E, to 501-376-1111. That way you have everything you need right at your fingertips. The man accused of killing a mother and her infant son last week appeared before a judge this morning. Willie Mott Jr. is accused of killing Tiangela Tate and Noel Tate and leaving their bodies off of a North Little Rock interstate last Tuesday. Police tell us Mott was in a relationship with Tate and the 2-month-old was his son. He was arrested and charged with capital murder last week. He was scheduled for a video arraignment this morning, and we're to learn more about his plea and possible bond. And new details in a court case from a while ago. You may remember these viral videos that shows a racially charged brawl outside of a Conway entertainment center. Well, that incident, the 3 suspects you see here, Kelly Kennedy, Michael Kennedy, and Chucky Hardwick, all of whom face felony charges after yelling racial slurs and using a weapon to injure minors. They're each set to appear in court on March 25th. That's when we'll learn whether or not the case will go to trial. And a man from Little Rock is facing federal charges in connection to the January 6th Capitol riots. 73-year-old Daniel Hatcher was arrested last week and admits to entering the Capitol building. Hatcher is now the 7th person from Arkansas to face charges related to that day. Turning now to an event you may want to have on your radar today. The city of Little Rock is encouraging folks to turn out for a public meeting over its downtown master plan. The first of 4 meetings is happening as we speak at the Arkansas Children's Hospital. Another meeting takes place tonight at 6 in the Clinton Center, and of course, there's 2 more meetings scheduled for tomorrow. For additional info, visit the city's website at littlerock.gov. Meanwhile, Governor Sanders has announced more than $4 million will go toward outdoor recreation across the natural state. That money will be poured into 29 different counties and will be used to help cities develop new public facilities such as playgrounds and parks. A few changes could be on the way for Little Rock firefighters, depending on what city leaders decide at tonight's board meeting. At the top of the agenda for the board of directors, working out a new contract to provide annual physicals for the fire department. Additionally, a $67,000 contract to provide new facility updates. And finally, the directors could vote on a new land donation to build a new fire station in West Little Rock.
Wanting to station out that far west for a good while because the city continues to grow that way. It will greatly improve our response times out there. There's not that many fire stations that far west.
We'll be sure to update you on what the board decides later tonight or online at thv11.com. Happening overseas, tensions remain high following the death of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. As outrage continues across the globe, the White House is considering placing sanctions on Russia for Navalny's sudden death. The president remains unsure of whether or not this will impact the decision of House Republicans to pass a bill providing billions of dollars in aid for Ukraine, something that received heavy criticism from other U.S. leaders like Nikki Haley.
I don't know why he keeps getting weak in the knees when it comes to Russia. But I'll tell you what, Russia's not getting weak in the knees.
The Pentagon warns that Ukraine is running low on critical supplies and is in dire need of more aid from the U.S. And speaking of the former UN ambassador, Nikki Haley continues to put up a tough fight in the GOP race despite consistent losses to Donald Trump. With the South Carolina Republican primary just days away, the state's former governor is hoping for a win, even though polls show her down by double digits when compared to Trump. Even still, Haley says she doesn't plan to give up anytime soon.
If I were to get out of the race now, it would be the longest general election in history. The political elite are saying you should get out. Why? Why should I get out? Do we not want states to vote? Let's let them vote.
A win in South Carolina will give Trump his 4th victory in a row. We'll just have to wait to see how things play out. Well, a country once known for its tourist attractions feeling the economic impact. After the break, we'll take you to Morocco for a look at how the country is rebounding.
And out there today, we are certainly experiencing a true taste of spring. Will this continue into the weekend, though? I think you're going to like the forecast I have coming up.